Stampers, and welcome to day 3 of the 12 days of Christmas. Today we're going to make these cute little Santa or elf pants. Well, so what I'm going to make is the elf pants, and they're just a little box and a bag, kind of. You can see the Santa pants. I have added just some puffed peppermints there. So we are going to make our elf pants, but you can also make Santa pants as well. So let's gather some supplies and get started. These are the items you're going to need to create the elf pants box. So this is the paper trimmer, and we'll use the scoring tool as well. Or if you prefer the score pal, then you can use that. Then we've got our bone folder, our take your pick tool, the pair of scissors, some Stampin' Seal Plus, and our tear and tape. So the papers that you're going to need is, this is the cardstock. So I've got Parakeet Party cardstock, but you could use Granny Apple Green, you could use Garden Green, you could use Spruce Green, basically whatever color green you want for the elves. For my Santa pants, I actually use Cherry Cobbler, but again, you can use any of the reds that you so desire. We've got basic black, basic white, and then a small piece of silver foil. So our measurements here, and this will be in the tutorial that's attached as well. So this base box is 3 inches by 3 3/4, and then we're going to score at 1/2 inch on all sides. This is the body of the box, and this is 2 inches by 10 inches. And then this is the fur piece. This is from Basic White, and this is 1 1/4 by 2 inches. Then we've got the belt that goes all the way around, and the belt is 3/4 inch by 10 inches. And then the handles are 1/2 inch by, let's see, 5 1/2 inches. So you'll need 2 of those. And then the belt buckle, the silver part, is 1 inch by 1 1/4 inches. And then the inside of that belt, that is 3/4 inch by 1 inch. Okay, so let's move these off to the side, and we'll get started with the base of the box. So what we'll do is we will now score this on 1/2 inch on each side. Make sure you're using your score tool and not your cutting tool. Otherwise, you'll have to recut your paper. So we're going to score this 1/2 inch on every side. So that should make it a little bit easier. And one more score. All right, now we can put our trimmer to the side, and we'll bring out our bone folder. So we want to burnish those edges really well. And when I burnish the edges, when I'm making a box, I like just to use just the big flat edge. I don't need the corners or the tip or anything. Okay, put that aside now. We'll bring in our snips here. And what I'm going to do, sometimes it's easier to see from this side. So we're going to snip here, and then I'm going to make a little angle there. Piece out. I'm going to snip right alongside that score line, and then just snip a little bit piece out. And this piece that comes out, it really doesn't matter how big or how small you make that. The thing is I like to have a straight cut on this side, because that actually makes it a little bit easier to line things up. And then you can make this angle however you want. Okay, then we'll put our scissors aside. On this part, because it is so small, I'm going to go ahead and use my Seal Plus and put those on those little tabs. That one needs a little bit more, I think. And then we'll make the bottom of the box. So we're just going to fold these in, and the key for this is to make sure that this top part here lines up with this part here, okay? So you want that even around. Now this is actually going to be covered by additional paper, but you want it to be secure and you want it to be square, okay? Because you will see the inside of the box. Let's see. It's a little bit more difficult. Trying to get this on camera. Okay, oops. That was just a little bit too far. So it didn't quite get stuck down, which is good. I was able to reposition that. Okay, then you're gonna wanna pinch those sides and really get that in there, that gluted here. You can also take the tip of your bone folder and really kind of burnish that in there to get that adhesive really to stick. Okay, so we've got this, it looks kind of like a tray. Okay, so that's the base of our bag, box, I'm not sure what you want to call it. It's kind of both. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to adhere this long piece around the body of the box. So we're going to put tear and tape on one long side. Now you can do this with the Stampin' Seal Plus because it does hold really well. It's just that you tend to use a lot of it, and I'm not very straight with my adhesive. It kind of goes a little bit wobbly, so I always like to use the tear and tape. It seems to go along those edges pretty well. And that's what you want. You want your adhesive to be right along the edge. So I only put adhesive on one side because this is going to be the inside and this is going to adhere on the outside as we wrap it around. So we'll peel it off. And this is why I like the take your pick tool. And just peel these papers off of the tear and tape. And it's very easy to do so. Otherwise I spend what seems like hours trying to pick that off. Okay, so we're gonna start in the middle and we're gonna start with the side that does not have adhesive, and that's gonna go toward the inside of the box. Now what we wanna do is we want to align the bottom of this piece where the adhesive is, and we want to align that to the bottom of the box. And then we're going to wrap that all the way around. So we'll wanna pinch here, and then roll this around. Hope everyone can see that. Then we'll kind of pinch here. We'll wrap around like this. And then, oops, I'm off just a little bit. Now, if you prefer the liquid adhesive, you're really gonna have to hold this for quite some time before it actually adheres well. Okay, so now I've got the seam here. So now I'm actually gonna burnish these part again. You can't see what I'm doing, but what I'm doing is moving this back and forth on the table to get all that adhesive stuck together. Okay, so now we have our base of this. Now, what we usually would do, we put this in the back, but what I'm gonna do is actually cover this up. So we're gonna take our basic white piece that is fur. We're gonna add some adhesive there, and that's gonna lay right over top of that. So we want to align the bottom, and we want to make sure it's kind of centered between the two sides, the two corners. And then we will adhere that on up. Okay. Now, if this piece is slightly long, look, mine is, I'm just going to trim that off. Sometimes that happens. I get just a slightly bit too long. We can always fix that. Okay, now before we put the belt on and the buckle, what we're gonna do is we're going to sandwich the two straps. We're gonna sandwich that on here and then put the belt around it, okay? So for this, I just used my Seal Plus here. Just added some adhesive, I think I am, there we go. And I'm gonna add that to both of the ends. All right. Now, some people like to crisscross them, but I find it's harder to put candy and things inside the box. So I align one of them up. It's about 1/2 inch down. I align that to the one side of the fur, and then I'm gonna take it out almost to this corner, okay? It's not exact, but almost to the corner. So we'll do that again. Once I get the first one down, I try to get this one about even, but I just eyeball it, okay? And then we're gonna take this around and have it almost to that corner, okay? All right, so you can see that there's some space still to put candies or whatever kind of treats you want to put in there. You know, this also would be good for some jewelry. So a nice cute little container for that. All right, so we're going to use our tear and tape again. We're going to add this right along one of these edges. And I'm actually going to just add some Seal Plus there for that piece. Then we'll go ahead and take this off, I think. Maybe. Okay. There it goes. All right, now this piece, again, we're gonna start in the front because we're gonna cover it up with the belt buckle. So we're gonna start, and the adhesive is gonna go around the top this time, right? So we'll start here in the middle. We want that right along that edge. Okay. So we'll go right along that top part of the pants to make the belt buckle. And right there you can see we're sandwiching in those straps. I guess they're suspenders maybe. And that keeps that a little more sturdy. Otherwise we have to add like maybe a brad or something like that to reinforce that, but I really don't want that. Okay, now you see mine went a little bit long, so I am going to cut this right here and trim that up. Okay, so you can always trim a little bit. It's always better if it's a little bit too long than if it's too short. You can always trim just a bit. Okay, so our finishing touch is to add the inside of the belt buckle to our silver piece. And then you're just gonna mat that there, I think. And then we will adhere that to the belt. Now, since it's a box, I tend to put a little bit more adhesive than I would on a card. And you're gonna line up so that the black piece here lines up with the belt. So this, the silver foil is going to go up just a little bit over. All right, so here's day number 3 with our elf pants and our Santa pants. Now this is the small size that I have. I also have instructions for a larger size. So let me bring that in. So here's the large size, here's the small size. So this does take quite a bit more paper, and you'll notice that I've got 2 seams in the back because we just don't have paper, even at other craft stores. We just don't have long enough paper, so it has to be pieced together. But the front does stay nice and trimmed together, just like the little baby one. So these are our Santa and elf pants. Obviously, you can make this one from Cherry Cobbler or Real Red as well. So this is day 3. I hope you enjoy it, and please share your creations that you've made with these instructions. Stick around for day number 4.